Trip. I'm gonna get straight to it. Like, comment, and subscribe, share. Turn on your post notifications. I appreciate it. But I'm gonna get straight to it. This particular video is gonna be about, addictions. Excuse me. I think I spoke on this briefly before, but it's something I see a lot. And when I mean addictions, there's a lot of many addictions that you can have. But the main focus or I'm speaking of is, uh, all type of forms of drugs, far as, the hard things, the opioids and you know, the, heroin and the rest of that type of stuff. And, the heavy type of drugs, alcohol. I've seen so many people that have so many beautiful talents, man. So many talents, and drugs destroy it. It's like it kills their motivation to want to do anything. I wasn't even going to make a video about this, but as I'm constantly trying to make videos, I like to be outside for the most part. Even in some of the areas that you would assume that's kind of nice, and I see the homelessness. And a lot of times, the majority of the times, the homeless people have these addictions. Now, there are a few, I guess, people that's homeless that don't have per se a drug problem, as far as like drug, but they have some type of other addiction. I'm talking about them too, but I'm focusing on more of the ones with the alcohol and all of the other hard drugs that that you put in your life in jeopardy from taking and etc. For anybody that's out there, that knows somebody or may be going through addictions and um, finding yourself, if you really want to change, then now this message is definitely for you. It's like you have to change your surroundings first. You could never move forward um, when you still in the same surroundings, when you still around the same people, when you're still doing the same thing. Like I said, life is repetitive no matter what we do. We all repeating cycles, but that's like a hell cycle. That's like a depression cycle. You know what I mean? And there are certain people that want to change their lives. And then there's some people that don't. They rather keep doing drugs and drinking, and that's their God because they put that above themselves. They put it above their children if they have kids. They put it above their spouse. They can't keep any, healthy relationship for the most part because they choose the drug, the drink, and the drink to me is a drug as well. It's a legal drug, one of the most deadliest ones. I would label cigarettes a drug, but I mean, I don't know. I kind of put that in the same category too, though, but they would say it's not a drug. For anything that's bad for your health and giving you addiction and you spending a lot of money, I must say I've never really heard a person not paying their rent, for cigarettes or completely strung out over a cigarette, but they still have to have a cigarette. They still go through things that want to smoke cigarettes. So I really put that in the category too. It's just not, I don't know how to explain it. I may not put cigarettes on the exact same level as all of these, but they're just as harmful. I just never heard people losing everything over cigarettes. I know alcohol, all the other drugs, the hard, the soft, the this, the that. I've seen all of this destroy families, and destroy individuals that for a fact. Um, for a fact, I know people that was once truck drivers, because I was You know, like I said, I'm not perfect, man. I'll be the first one to say a person try to use your past on you. No, don't worry about your past because the past, future, and the present is all one and the same. Just look forward because you had to go through something to reach certain points in your life. You know what I'm saying? It's a transformation. Some of the most anointed people, some of the most powerful people were some of the most people that went through all the struggles and tribulations and the drugs and the this and that to what they would, you know, be destined to become. But I'm speaking from things I see over and over, people sleeping behind other people's houses, sleeping, you know, behind dumpsters, sleeping under the bridge, you know, sleeping anywhere and doing these drugs. And it's like they can't seem to pull themselves out of it. And like I said, I'm not speaking to the ones that don't care, that want to continue living the way they live and not have anything, no place to go, you know, and continue to get the free stuff, the free meals, you know, it just keep you stuck. Like that's just like people that may get certain checks a month or this and that. It's like they only stuck, they only can go so far. But for those people that really want to change their life, change their surroundings, change, you know, if you having a bad drug problem, you know, you got to start with the surrounding first. You know, you get yourself out of that surrounding, you know, it's not going to be easy. Get your mind off of it, take it one day at a time. Because that's all you could do. And every day is a step closer and closer to your sobriety. You know, but it's something you have to want to do. I'm not going to go out my way to try to help somebody that don't want to be helped. That's just wasted time, even though it doesn't exist. You know? So for anybody that's out there, man, you're struggling with any addiction, period, but especially the drug addictions. And again, I put drinking, alcohol in the same category. I don't look at marijuana really on the same level. But that's just my personal opinion. Given the effects and certain things, I just don't. But drinking is high up there. Cigarettes is in somewhat of a different category, but it's still somewhat in the same. Like I said, I just never heard of somebody losing everything over cigarettes. So that's the only reason why I wouldn't put them in the same category as the effect. But it's bad for your health. You do have an addiction. You gotta have it. You got a bad day, etc. You're gonna want to smoke. So, and for even people that smoking cigarettes, if you're trying to, you know, if you know you want to stop, then maybe you need to not be around so many people, excuse me, that's smoking cigarettes. It's not easy to do. Some people always around people that smoking cigarettes. Some people always around people that's drinking. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reason why if you don't have the will right away, a strong will to just stop, then you have to remove yourself. You're gonna have to do that anyway to proceed, you know, to succeed, you know, past certain addictions. You know? So it's only for the ones that want to change. Because again, you can bag and preach to a person all day that doesn't want to change, and they're going to continue to do the same thing. They're going to continue to do the drinking and drink. That's going to be their life until their demise. And some people that don't want to change doing all the hard drugs, excuse me, and they just keep a repetitive cycle of doing it, and their bodies, you know, start wearing down, and their bodies start tearing down, you know, slowly but for surely. You know, so it starts with you. You got to know, like, man, I want better in my life. You know, I want to, and that doesn't mean once you reach your goal too of sobriety and not doing certain drugs, that doesn't mean you're better than anyone to either. You know, let's be clear on that too. Excuse me. Because there are certain people that's overcame certain addictions and may and may look down on other people that's still doing it. I don't look down on anybody. I really try not to. But there are a lot of people that just like being in that position. It seems like they like to be homeless. It seems like they like to just, find some hustle to get them cigarettes and drinking, and they don't really care about having a place to stay, especially for the ones that's in the warmer states. But even for the ones that's in Midwest states and states where it get cold and it gets all these different temperatures, they just learn how to adapt. There's some people that go through these winters drinking and doing drugs and might not even have a place to stay. They pinching tents, thermal. They sleeping in thermal. For the ones that's in the cold climates, they're sleeping in the thermal tents and stuff. I've done this before in below zero weather. I'm speaking about a lot of stuff that I even went through. I was homeless walking around. I was lost. I just knew though that I wanted to get myself out of that situation. I don't want to keep doing the same thing and be stuck. You know? Yeah, it may be a lot of things in our lives we have to work on, but you have to take one step at a time. And having an addiction is going to hinder you in a major way. You can't change a person that don't want to be changed. You gotta let them hopefully want to change themselves. You know. So yeah, but I'm gonna end this video. This is for anybody that want to change, that have any type of addiction. Again, it may not even have to be drugs. It could be gambling. It could be anything. And then you want to change. You want to stop. That voice is telling you that you need to stop. You getting signs. Because some people wait till it's too late. And some people just don't change at all. If I had 10 cents for certain people that I knew in my lifetime, that they told them to stop drinking or stop using this drug or stop doing this and stop doing that, and they refused to, and they demised. And it's pretty sad to say. And it's just a repeated cycle. So you have to want to change in order to change. It's triple. 13. I'm out.